We're back. Forever and Then Some, episode 22. And as you can see, we got a new setup.
Yeah.
We're not on the fucking Sony yet. I thought we were going to be, but
not on the Sony
yet. Still a kink in the chain. But iPhone's been keeping us, loyal. It works every time.
Superb.
Yeah, so now we're behind the table and we're staring at the camera instead of staring at each other. I think we look cooler this way.
Yeah.
It might be a little weird because we're talking to each other, but we're looking at the camera. But we can kind of just
It's okay. Now we're including you guys into the conversation.
Yeah, it's like we're talking to y'all, but we're talking to each other, but we can all talk as one. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So we took a week off of posting the podcast.
Yes.
You'll hear the episode 21 with Match Made in Hefner before this episode. But yeah, we did that one at an Airbnb, and then we flew out we did that on a Saturday.
Yeah.
That next Monday, so a day later, 2 days later, we flew out to New Hampshire to shoot our first wedding. Jesus, I'm so sorry, guys.
You won't be doing that at your wedding if you book us.
Yeah, I won't burp in your face.
Thanks, babe.
The podcast is a comfortable, happy place, and I won't be that rude at your wedding when I'm shooting your beautiful photos.
Yeah.
But yeah, first wedding, knocked it out. I guess I figured we're not going to do... I don't have any segments or vote no's for this episode. Sorry, guys. Kyle and Lex, who are listening to this right now, and they're bummed that we're not doing them. But we're going to break down this whole weekend. Or, not weekend, weekday. 3 days. We were gone for 3 days. And it was a long 3 days, I'm not going to lie. We worked. It was fun. But we were busy the entire time.
I definitely feel like we threw ourselves into the wedding game at a wedding that, it was smooth, it was beautiful, but at a wedding that took a lot more work than the average wedding would. Especially, I was talking to Lisa, she goes, wow, you guys really got... I was like, well, that's like, I feel like that's better. I was like, we threw ourselves in like a rougher situation, which...
Planning wise,
rather than, a wedding that we have coming up. When you have weddings that are at venues, a lot of times they have day of planners, wedding planners, or they, everything is scheduled. You have an agenda.
Right.
This wedding did not come with an agenda.
Yeah, we quickly realized that you, not me, you kind of jumped into that scenario, which is kind of cool because you've always wanted to do that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So like it kind of showed us, like somebody can't. The groom took me aside and was like, "Yo, Tiffany should like be a wedding planner.
Yeah,
like, she should do the day of planning or whatever. She should get into it." And I was like, she wanted to get into that before she wanted to get into photography.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like our way.
Well, I wanted to get into photography more. I didn't realize I wanted to do the wedding planning stuff until we were getting married. And I was like, I love this. I love like the fast pace of it, the like scheduling of it, the agendas and all that kind of stuff. But it's definitely something I'm still open to getting into. I want to open up my wedding venue one day.
Right, yeah. We talk about buying a building, buying an old house or something, or a plot of land, building and like putting a venue and being essentially like an all-in-one spot for your marriage. Everything.
You come here, you can
we
offer
video.
Photography, we can build in a package, food.
We are the venue.
I got that catering, background too. Let's go, everything.
Yeah, we eventually would love to be doing something like that. We haven't talked about it on the pod, but we've talked about it in life quite a bit. So yeah, it was I think it was a really cool first wedding because it was our friends too.
Yeah.
So it was like a lot less pressure. And there was like essentially no...
I thought it was more pressure. I'm glad you
really?
thought it was less. I thought it was more.
Less.
Because like when they're your friends, right? They're not necessarily... maybe they would. Me as a friend, I'm not going to tell my friends that I'm unhappy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right?
Yep.
So I felt the pressure of making sure that they wouldn't have the pressure of feeling like they couldn't tell us what was wrong. Right. I generally think they are happy with the product that we've given them thus far. We've just given them a little sneak peek.
Yeah, like 5
and we've
10.
shot them, we've shot Tori a couple times and we've shot them as a couple once before for their engagement shoot.
Yep.
So I'm very proud of the product thus far that we have to give them. We still got a lot more editing to do, but to me, that's what gave me more pressure. Like, okay, regardless of not, you have that pressure of wanting to make sure everybody looks good, everybody's happy. It's a huge day for the bride and groom. Yeah. Something they want to show their kids, their grandkids later on. These pictures are what lasts forever.
Yeah.
For them. But for friends, I felt the pressure of like, I have to make sure this was right so they don't feel awkward either. To not like something and then feel awkward about it afterwards. I don't know. That made me like, I didn't want them to feel that type of way.
They luckily they 100% believe and like trust us to get the photos that they're gonna have for the rest of their lives. So it was super cool. Yeah. So we could. It was a long 3 days, so we could literally break this down. So we live in Florida. If you don't know, you do know because we talk about it all the time. And most of you know us personally that listen right now. There's a couple Randys that we don't know. Hey guys, nice to meet you. But yeah, we woke Sunday. Oh, hold on. Let's rewind this back. Last episode, we were on our way we are about to go to
So the episode that you're going to see before this.
Yeah.
We are sitting down, doing the podcast.
An hour before we go
finishing our drinks and
and going to Hollow Scream.
Yes.
So that was Saturday night. We went to Hollow Scream. Obviously, we were out until like almost 1 a.m. We actually got everything done. And we're out of there.
Relatively
Actually,
fast.
No, we are gone by like 11:30.
Yeah,
we're old. And it was like so
we probably got back to the house around like 12 because we stopped by Wawa.
Yeah. But we did leave the park at like 11 something, which is crazy. We got all the houses done. It is only 5 houses. I will say that good. Park is I've been to Hollow Scream before. I went for my honeymoon, or not honeymoon.
You went
bachelor,
without me.
Yeah, bachelor party. We went and did like a day at Busch Gardens, and we did the next day at the Busch Gardens, or backwards, the other way around. We did that though. I remember the houses being not as good as they were this time.
Well, were they not as good, do you think, or do you think you just didn't have good run-throughs?
Could be that.
Yeah.
Could be that. Because I enjoyed pretty much every house. But it's opposite of Horror Nights. And Universal is something that we have passes to, so we're there all the time. I was expecting to ride more rides. But because it's the opposite of Horror Nights, and I feel like so many people are there to ride the rides at night because there's only 5 houses. So essentially, if you do stay till close, you could probably fit in most rides
and the houses.
And the houses. But we didn't. We're spoiled. Like, especially my experiences in the past with Busch Gardens. Like, we've never gone there and waited. I've never waited in a line at Busch Gardens more than like 20 minutes because we used to go during the week and stuff like that. So, I haven't been there in a while, but spoiled ride theme park guy, I'm not waiting in long lines for rides, even if it is a ride that I've been waiting for.
Yeah, 35 minutes.
Cap.
Yeah.
We waited 10 minutes for, not Gwazi, and it's going to escape me right now. Oh, my goodness. We waited 30 minutes, like not even 10 minutes for the one ride we did ride. And then...
Yeah, but we also realized afterward that they had their wait times off.
For the houses, at least. We didn't check the we didn't guess it on the rides. Because all the rides, that's what I was saying.
Even that ride that we went on, I think it said it was a 20-minute wait. And you guys got in it. I want to say you guys got on it in like 5 minutes.
Right away, almost.
Yeah.
If we weren't having to like worry about who's going to get it in the extended seat and stuff, we would have been on way faster. But that's what I was saying. So Horror Nights, a lot of people that go to Horror Nights are not there for the rides. So the rides are super slow. So I'm thinking... that Hollow Scream's probably going to be the same way. We'll go in, we'll definitely be able to ride rides, and we'll get the houses done because there's only 5 of them. But it's the opposite. The rides are super freaking busy. Like they're the lines were charted way longer for the rides than they were for the houses.
Yeah, and
also, like you said,
we're old.
Yeah, we are old.
But you could have absolutely done every single thing that was probably open in that park and rides if we went in and we're like, all right. We're getting there at opening. We're going to be at the gates, walk in, and then we're going to just, like, schedule the night. We all kind of went, like, willy-nilly. It was just like,
I'm going to tell you something.
Whatever happens.
And if you watched the last episode, we went into a concert the night before. So we're sitting on our feet. I didn't wear these. You see these dad shoes, these Hey Dudes that don't,
Sponsor
you can
us.
wear them all day long and your back won't hurt. Well, I was going to a concert, guys. I'm going to see one of my favorite metal bands. I'm wearing my Vans.
Yeah.
And that weekend, I realized, bro, don't do that. Wear comfortable shoes.
Yeah. That weekend was the first weekend I've ever worn my Hey Dudes, and I loved them.
Yeah, your back wasn't hurting?
My back wasn't hurting.
Vans tore me up.
My feet didn't hurt until like the very end of the night.
Yeah, so we hit a concert all night, then the next night do Hollow Scream. So we're being babies. Like, we literally halfway through the night, we're like, all right, let's just worry about the houses.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between Hollow Scream and Halloween Horror Nights, because Busch Gardens is huge. And they don't fill every foot with... Honestly, it feels like there's more dead space walking between the parts that are actually scare zones and houses and stuff. Yeah. It is too big. Like, Halloween Horror Nights, you walk around Universal 3-4 times.
Yeah.
To do all the houses, see the scare zones multiple times. If the show's at the back and you want to... You know what I'm saying? Like, you walk around it multiple times and don't even realize.
Right.
Busch Gardens, we walked around one time and we were like, that's doing
enough.
That.
Yeah.
And we did it pretty good to where we saw the front houses were getting super busy right away. Mm-hmm. So we just flushed to the back of the park, which helped us because we probably didn't wait longer than 30 minutes for any of the houses, but the first house we waited like 10 minutes.
I don't think we waited longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, we went into that area with the two houses and they were like, both houses are at an hour.
Yeah.
And we started waiting in the line, and we're like, this doesn't feel like an hour. This is kind of... And that was the longest one we waited. It was like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the park is too big for it. They need to, like, try to, like, put it all on one side.
Yeah, I feel like they should just
possible.
put it... Yeah, that's probably not possible. That's the whole thing.
I wish they could. Need to add more houses.
Right, you could just, like...
So your journey isn't so long in between each thing.
That being said, though, a big part of the sell on Busch Gardens is riding. Every ride is open.
Right.
So they can't change.
But there is still huge gaps between the rides.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, the huge gaps between the rides, no matter what, there's going to be huge gaps between what you're doing because that park is so
I definitely
big.
think there's a way to do it. They're 100%. They just got to
put the haunted stuff up front,
a little bit more
and
effort
just keep
into
the whole
it.
park open.
I don't know.
I don't think
if you take a look at the way like they have coverings and stuff, like you can make anything into a haunted house. Like you're putting up walls in the haunted houses anyways.
Right.
There's just multiple ways of doing it. What they've done, clearly it's making them money, so they're really not going to change it too much.
People love it.
It is scarier than Halloween Horror Nights.
You think so?
I do think so. Because they're relying on the actors more than like the
actors definitely have more like personality, and they are more like Horror Nights is a little bit family friendly, especially nowadays.
It needs to stop doing that.
And Hollow Scream is definitely like edgy.
You saw like maybe 3 or 4 kids at Hollow Screams. You go to Halloween Horror Nights and it's
a lot of kids,
filled with kids.
I think we talked about this on the last episode.
We did, and like just Halloween Horror Nights is just getting up there in price. All of it to me is not worth it. Like why can't you go to Hollow Screams, get your Scream on, get your everything you're doing that you get from Halloween Horror Nights? No, the sets aren't maybe as nice.
Yeah. We bought our tickets too.
Did you get scared?
Yeah, right. We bought it. Did you? Did you? Did I get scared? A lot. They pulse you for the most part. So pulsing is like each party gets pushed through by itself. They wait like 20 feet. So like the first house me and Tiffany walked through, she's behind me, and it's just me and her. Yeah. And then it's like 10 feet, and then the rest of our family was there. It's so I enjoy that. Yeah. I enjoy that. I actually did get a lot of scares because of that. There's nobody in front of me. There's nowhere to hide. Yeah.
The only thing I felt like I missed that I would have got at Halloween Horror Nights, 2 things actually.
Better food.
Yes, there wasn't like really much food options other than their normal park food. They didn't have extra stuff, and for a park that I've always been told like, hey, they have amazing food, they really rely on their food, they didn't have anything. The second thing would be is when you walk into Halloween Horror Nights, you get immersed into Halloween Horror Nights. You're the whole entire time you're there, even if you're in a scare zone or not. The music is slightly playing. Yeah. You're in a different, it's giving the vibes.
There's places to hide, but they're not easy to find.
Right. So with that being said, those are two things for me that even if they couldn't get their props look as good, because let's be honest, Universal is a movie studio. It's not going to happen. If they could do those two things where it's very immersive, more so, and then the food, I would honestly be like, all right, I wouldn't mind going to Halloween Horror Nights over.
You mean
Howl-O-Screams over Horror Nights, because even though it's not the same quality of set and everything like that, you're getting the same vibe.
It kind of feels like Horror Nights used to feel. Like it feels like it's only a niche people.
Yeah.
That are there.
Right.
It's not too overly crowded. At least when we went.
Right.
It was crowded. But we didn't wait as long as we would have at Horror Nights.
Yeah, and I love Halloween Horror Nights. I used to go all the time, and I feel like there's a stigma around me with Halloween Horror Nights.
In our family, there is, yes.
But I love Halloween Horror Nights. I went way before we got together. I used to go every single year. I loved, didn't mind spending the money on it. But for me, they're stealing from us. Like, it's not worth the money for me.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it, and I'm having to plan a whole entire month around it to figure out we're all off. Hotels maybe. If not, you're gonna have to drive back, and it's late. To me, it's just not worth it, and it's not something that I love enough for. But it doesn't mean I didn't love it, and I don't enjoy it when I go.
It's not an obsession like it is with me And even like this year, like I want to go, but the further in the season that I'm waiting, the more I'm like, I don't know if I could spend the money.
And I've also been the person pushing you, like, can you plan it? Can you plan it? Let me, like, I'm not going. I've known I wasn't. I wasn't gonna go last year.
You got forced in.
I got forced into it. I ended up buying the tickets for everybody.
It's not that you didn't want to go. It's just you weren't going to spend the money for it.
I wasn't going to spend the money because I ended up buying everybody's tickets except for mine, and it was just to add my ticket in there was $400. It was almost $400
all together
for
three
people.
For us to go.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that is insane. I could have $200 more. I could get us Disney passes for the year and just have to pay
monthly. Yeah,
monthly.
I feel you. No, it is. It's priced.
It's really getting outrageous.
It's really hard. Like the pass that Kyle and Lex pay for can't even go on Saturday. So that's another thing that we've been dealing with.
Right. And that's, as you get older, you realize your responsibilities and stuff. Sometimes your passions have to be put to the side. Things that you're passionate about have to be put to the side. Right. Like, you still get to be passionate about your music. We still get to be passionate about photography. We still get to be passionate about our podcasts and our kids. We have a lot of stuff. It's just, for me, financially, it's a hit for us.
Yeah, then that's the reason, the only reason that I might not be able to make it until the last week. Is because we're in the studio with the band, so I'm having to spend there's things that I'd rather spend money on.
Right.
With the little bit of money that I have to spend on things myself, and
That's
so
the
I
thing
don't know.
when
I'm gonna try my
I
hardest to go, but now that everybody's not going, I'm just gonna, if that's the case, I'm gonna wait till the last week and go that last Saturday with Kyle and Lex, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, maybe Mariah. I don't know if they're gonna buy her ticket for her, if they're not going anymore, if they're gonna do.
That's what I was like. We don't know. It's up in the air.
Yeah.
So don't want it to be Horror Nights and Howl-O-Scream episode. That we went to Howl-O-Scream. It was awesome. So we did that on that Saturday. Sunday we came home. We hung out with the baby, and Mariah, and your parents did dinner over there, and we scooted out of there probably about 8:00, and came home. Cleaned, did a load of laundry, and got ready for the trip. We had to be in the car at like 5:30 the next day, so didn't get much sleep. Traveled all day. It was like, we live an hour and a half away from Orlando, and then it's a 2.5, 3 hour flight. So then we get to New Hampshire around what?
12:30.
12 in the afternoon. And then
actually our flight landed early. It was supposed to be 12:30. It was like 11:40.
Okay, so like by the time we get in to get our rental car to start driving 2 hours to the town we're going to, it's like noon. So then we get into town around 2, and we were with the bride and groom. We got a rental car to drive back to the airport because they are driving to New Jersey afterwards. But the first day we didn't have a rental car, so we were kind of just tagging along with them, helping them do their
their marriage license.
Yep. So we went to the town hall, got their marriage license. That took like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So like, it was just a very long. Then after that, we went to her mom's house, and me and Anthony kind of helped pick up. We ate pizza, and then around 6 is when we finally ended up at our hotel.
Yeah.
To start relaxing and chilling before the big day the next day.
Yeah.
Which was nice. That was like my favorite. Like, obviously the wedding and shooting it all is the best part of the trip. But like, not gonna lie, the most peaceful time of the trip was when they left us at the hotel and me and you just chilled and watched a movie and
like we
got Domino's delivery
enjoy and like just sitting eating
with each other
together.
too. Like we, I don't know, we don't get a lot of time where it's just us. When it's gonna be like time without kids, we always end up turning.
And we're not working.
Yeah,
we're always like doing something.
Yeah. Like, we don't get many times where it's just us to just hang out and there's nothing to do but just hang out with each other. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I loved it. It made it seem like a vacation.
It did. That little.
So, yeah.
4 hours or so.
We watched.
Then, I passed out. I couldn't even finish the movie.
We watched The Machine.
You got to finish it. Really good. I want to finish it because it looked good.
I started like nodding off toward the end, but it was really funny. And I love
that.
All
is
those
not
guys,
because it wasn't a good movie. It's because we were exhausted.
Yeah, we literally were exhausted. So yeah, the next morning we woke up probably around 7. They picked us up around 8. We went and did breakfast at their hotel. They stayed at this old, like, beautiful. You'll see in the photos if you follow our photography page. Eventually, you'll see them soonish, probably. They're just this old, rustic, like brick building hotel, and it had this beautiful lawn in the back that overlooked like a couple little waterfalls and a lake, which we eventually, in the beginning plan, she had an overlook that she wanted to take the first look photos at and do their vows at. But we saw that stuff and we're like, hey, look, you guys have already got such a jam-packed day. Like we were saying, we went into the day and there wasn't an itinerary, so Tiffany made the itinerary basically for the girls to kind of keep them like on schedule and just keep everybody in the same on the same page. So I saw that stuff going in and I was like, dude, why don't we just shoot everything right here? Like, there's a huge staircase in the middle of the lobby that's beautiful. We shot the first look in the lobby. We shot the vows out back in the lawn looking over the waterfalls.
Yeah.
And we ended up not having it. We cut out like an extra hour out of the day, which is good because we are an hour late to the actual thing.
Because their wedding was like almost elopement vibes for the first half of it. Like, in all honesty, she should have been getting her hair and makeup done around like 7 a.m. when we were leaving to get those pictures. It should have been like at the hotel room getting ready. It all still happened, but everything happened in such like tight windows. Like, to go get her hair and makeup was an hour drive. So she picked me up at 8. We ate while she finished getting ready because she had to go somewhere else earlier in the morning. So she went and got ready to go get her hair and makeup done. So we left there at like 9 to go get her hair and makeup done. She got her hair and makeup done at 10. Drove back, got there at 11. Started getting her ready. The groom had already done his getting ready and stuff with Brian. Then from that point, we waited for because in between, actually we got there later than that because we got back to her mom's house at like 11. No, it had to be, hold on.
You guys showed up.
Hold on. She got 8, 9, got there at 10, 11, 12. Sorry. We left the hair appointment at 12. Got back to her mom's house at 1. Her mom took me to go get the rental car. Then I took the rental car back to the hotel room to meet them again. Started getting her ready. Her mom went home and showered, got ready, came to the hotel. Then, so around 2 o'clock, we started taking pictures of the get ready for the bride.
Yeah, you guys did.
Yeah.
We both did, but I had already, you did too. You shot the hair and makeup section.
So then from there, 1:30, the ceremony was supposed to happen at 2.
Yeah, but we hadn't even like set up.
That wasn't happening. They still had. They wanted to do their vows separately, so we did a first touch for that. Then they were like, "Why don't you guys do a first look too?" Because they wanted to see each other before the ceremony.
Yeah,
but I was like,
They wanted all the gushy stuff to be with just them.
And then,
which is smart.
Yeah.
We did the same thing.
And, like, it's easier when you're not looking at each other, because I would have felt like, especially even when we did our vows, if I would have been looking at you doing my vows.
Couldn't get the vows out.
My makeup, they said your makeup was going to be good. My makeup wouldn't have been good.
I cried hella during it not seeing you. So I can't imagine being up there in front of people. I would have been, like, shaking. And when I start to, like, cry talk, it's like my voice is normally like this, but then it becomes this. And then I love you so much and like you did. Yeah, so we would have been... And that's exactly... It was so funny. I was like, oh, so it's not just me. Like, the dudes break down a little bit heavier during the wedding day. Anthony was way more of a mess than Tori was.
For sure. I don't know why that is. I don't know why women, when we're such... I guess we just feel it just so much the whole entire time, and we've been working through it.
And a lot is on the wife or the woman to... plan and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. You've cried probably 1,000,002 times since that day. Yep. So that day, it all hits the groom. Because, I mean, they're in it a little bit, but it hits them the day of. Yeah. When, as a bride, you've been preparing and doing stuff the whole entire time.
Yeah, it's kind of like a relief day.
Right.
So where are we at? So we probably didn't get her. So the first touch, all that stuff, we did at the hotel. And then, like, 16 minutes away was...
Her
mom's house. That they had a big tent set up, tables. That's where, what is it called? The reception and the ceremony all happened there. They had like a, what are they called? Set up, the one that we had to move. Yeah, they had an arch set up in front of the tent that they did the ceremony at. And then we just pulled it out of the ground and moved it out of the way and opened the floodgates for everybody to hang out.
Yeah.
It was super chill, honestly.
It was.
We shot them the first kiss and all that stuff, and then the rest of the night until, the cake cutting, and we didn't really have... I mean, we did. We stayed busy. We shot so much. We shot a lot of candid people, them hanging out.
Yeah.
But once they caught on to the fact that they could they could be like, hey, take a picture of us with we ended up walking around with the bride and groom and taking pictures with almost everybody, which is cool. They had a lot of issues with the cake. The cake was like delivered
It actually went fine. Like the cake,
it did go good.
The cake just started to, it's hot out.
It had a little lean to it.
It lost all the flowers that were originally on it. They took flowers.
They had to take faux flowers from the bouquets on the arch to put in for the pictures of the cake. But really, other than that, it went really well. Her grandmother cooked everything. The food was awesome.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the only thing that wasn't cool, like the only thing that wasn't awesome about it to me was how long of a day it was, but that's just because we had to go through so much shit throughout those 3. It was like the 3 days were basically one long, consistent
I think the
day.
biggest package that we will offer going forward, unless it is like a wedding that we're flying out for or something, then it kind of varies because things get moved around, but 10 hours. Start off your package at 5.
There are friends
8,
too,
and
so
10.
we're not like really worried about sticking. We're there. We're out of town. It's not like we're home and going there that day. We were there to do that. There's no point in really like being a stickler about time.
Right.
But yeah, like we worked for like 13 hours straight.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and I mean, it's like it's not like we're building a house, but it's still like all day. Toward the end of the day,
it's a lot of work.
Toward the end of the day, I was tired.
It is a lot of work.
I was like, all right, where's these sparklers at?
I stand on my feet all day for work. I am on my feet. I'm bending. I'm doing things. I'm used to it. This hurt my body in a whole different way.
Yeah,
I was literally like struggling, like moving my arms and moving my legs the next day. Like, I'm so sore.
It's crazy. I was tired as hell. I was ready to go when we were eating, but I was like, all right, we just got to do these last couple things. And the sparkler exit was great. We ended up getting everybody out of their seats and dancing on the dance floor for at least like a song. And I got a bunch of footage of it.
Yeah, I lied to everybody. I said, hey, the bride and crew wants everybody to get on the dance floor.
And it was us. We wanted to have video because I'm going to put together a video for a present for them because they are friends.
Yeah.
and I want to mess with video anyway. So I did film little sections of the day to kind of get like a, and then I had their family members, a couple of the family members, give them their wishes and their good lucks on video. So yeah, I'm going to edit that this week. That'll be fun. That was, as soon as you said something about it, I was like, oh yeah. And then all day I was kind of like flipping back and forth between video and photo.
So you got some shots that I don't even know about then.
Probably, yeah.
Nice.
Definitely of the party.
Nice.
I was on and off doing that the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I've been seeing like this one cut where it like zooms into the bride and groom after like people split.
Yeah, we did that.
The dancing, their vows.
I went around the dance floor too. Like I stood in one spot and then I walked around it like twice. But yeah, it'll be cool. So the day went good. It was just a long day. I think I've never had to go number 2 more intensely than I did this night, and I was such a jerk. I even told my brother yesterday, I was like, dude, I was such a jerk to Tiffany at this night because I had to poop so bad, and our hotel room was 17 minutes away, and I got halfway there and realized I had Anthony's card to their room in my pocket.
Yeah.
But luckily we found a gas station. We went to the first gas station, it was closed, so then I went full on asshole mode and was like, I gotta poop. And you were like, let's go down to that next gas station. And I was like, it looks closed. And you were like, it's open. I was like, watch, it's closed. And I parked and all aggressively got out of the car, all aggressively opened the door, and it was unlocked. And I kind of like,
no, not only that, you got out, went closer, came back, said it's closed. I said it's open.
And I went, and then I walked the door and looked back at her like, sorry, guys. And then went and pooped and got milk for our volcano cakes that we saved from the night before. But yeah, so it was a long day, but it was awesome. And it really, like, lit a fire in the photography mind of mine to where, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm more invested now.
Yeah.
Or, like, I'm invested, but I'm really excited to, like, shoot our next one. I'm excited to try and shoot other things, save up for equipment. I really want our quality to just keep going up and up. And yeah, I just like the last 2 days, all I could think about was picking up the camera and taking pictures.
Yeah.
Just haven't had time. But yeah, it went good. First wedding down. And then we had to turn around and wake up the next morning at 5 a.m.
4.
Me at 4. Oh shit. Yeah, we got in the car at 5.
Yeah.
And that was probably the most delirious drive that me and you have ever done in our entire lives.
Yeah.
It was fun though. We made it fun.
Yeah.
We had so much fun making fun of names of signs and shit like that all the way home, but I just remember being so delirious. And then we hit the airport and I had to pee so bad, and there was like a parade of cops or something going on that stopped traffic for like 3 minutes that felt like 40 minutes, but it was really only like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we flew home. We were home on Wednesday, by Wednesday night. Very tired. And then went straight back to work.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of why we didn't worry about, I didn't post a song. I didn't shoot any content. We didn't shoot content this weekend either. We're doing this.
It was a lot.
And we didn't put the podcast out. So now we could be ahead of a week.
Yeah.
So it could kind of take some pressure off. Yeah, and the kind of taking a break from like doing content so aggressively with my music, so I'm kind of like wanted to take a couple weeks off of that, use this as an excuse to do so, kind of re-gauge myself. We've been trying to figure out a lot of stuff with the band also. We're toward the end of the recording process of our project, so now we can start rolling shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun stuff. But fucking wedding went great, man.
Yeah.
I just ready for the next one. So yesterday, we went and walked the venue for our second wedding. Yeah. And this one is a little bit more professional. Like, what they did was beautiful, family in the backyard. It was awesome. For me, it was less stressful. I guess for you, it was more stressful. You put more stress on yourself. This place, I am so excited to shoot because it looks so cool.
Right.
And there's actually a wedding planner.
There is not.
Okay, there's not a wedding planner, but there's going to be people that are planning.
Yeah, this one is at an actual venue.
Yeah, it's beautiful, too. It's in DeLand.
So there'll be people input that know what they're doing. So everything, like, she knows where she's walking out of and at what time.
Yeah, we don't have to make
a plan. Yeah,
we don't have to make our own itinerary. Mm-hmm. But regardless of having to do that stuff, it couldn't have been a better day. Couldn't have gone better.
No,
it was perfect. The only thing I realized is that I definitely need extra batteries.
Yes,
you're learning.
And I'm super, super like,
I bought a flash
watching
too.
People be in love.
Oh yeah,
it's also
beautiful.
Great too.
Yeah, it's so sick.
There with your husband and you're seeing these moments. You're just like,
yeah, we did this. Did this a couple of years ago. Don't it feel awesome? It was sick. First wedding down, and I knew it would go smooth, but it's just like a reaffirmation of like, we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing, keep in. I mean, we've only been shooting photos for like a year.
Yeah. We're not even done with that wedding.
We're editing. We're trying to edit now. We're realizing that we have not shot in that bulk. We've never shot that much. We've always come back and with like a couple hundred photos, few hundred photos, maybe like 5 tops. Mm-hmm. This wedding, I shot like 2,000 by myself. You shot like 1,800 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So we got a lot to go through, and we're realizing that we needed things still. We have the PC. We have to get a couple other things to make this side of the process more efficient.
Yeah, because I honestly, if we would have had the things that we needed to, I probably would have been like 90% finished with the editing. Because I've been like taking any moment that I have
you've been on it
through them. So I like right now it's the time where we're new. We can get quick turnover times. I know when you're doing like a wedding a week or two every, or maybe even 2 weddings in 1 week. Yeah. That's when you're like, hey, it's gonna take me about a month to get your pictures to you. Yeah,
Chris and Lisa just did 2 last week.
Yeah,
on top of working full-time jobs, working at the church. Yeah, I can imagine. It's God. Yeah. I don't think, I mean, there's so many photos. I can't imagine somebody being like, why is it taking so long if it's been a couple weeks?
I'm sure.
But I'm sure they still deal with it.
I'm sure there are. Have you heard of Bridezillas? They don't stop just after they get married.
Yeah, I was talking to Chris about the Bridezilla thing actually yesterday. And he was like, yeah, we haven't really dealt with many Bridezillas. But in my mind, I was thinking, well, you guys are you're good at like, they walk in a room, and that's what I want to be as our photographers. When they walk in the room to they're going to shoot you all day. They're going to be shooting pictures of you all day. Most people don't get their picture taken all day.
Right.
They make you feel like comfortable. And it could be just because I love Chris and he's my friend. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But like they never for a moment did I feel awkward.
Yeah. I only met Lisa
feels
did our
warm.
Engagement shoot, and I met her right then and there, and I felt comfortable.
Right.
And then the day of our wedding was the second time that I met with her, and I felt just as comfortable.
Yeah.
They have like this bright, happy personality. Chris is very loud and happy.
Not loud, but like he's big.
Loud.
His personality's big.
Yeah, he's loud.
You think he's loud?
I think he's loud when he wants to be. Like he's not like that quiet guy in the corner of the room.
No, not at all.
You know, he's louder than the average person. He's walking into the room and he's
really
not
funny.
On purpose, but he's like demanding the like.
Right.
Like, hey, look over here. I got the,
He gets in a room and like.
He's hilarious.
Can like be friends with anybody.
A long time ago, and he's supposed to record some riffs for you or something.
When we first started the band.
No, this was way before then.
Really?
You were just wanting to have some
make beats with guitar.
He
was going to put guitar down.
And
I made beats
guitar
around
down for you. He came here.
And we literally
never once went upstairs to play anything. He's like, actually, I gotta go now. I've been here for 2 hours. He put on a comedy show.
Yeah, it was
hilarious.
It's just us standing there talking and like. He's always been that way though. Like I want to get them on here, but he's always just been that way where it's like scenarios start coming and like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the banter is ridiculous.
Lisa's she's hilarious too. She says that sometimes like he'll use her jokes and she's like,
Oh, that was my joke. But you're just the big personality.
And she's I think she's like a little bit shy. She's definitely shy compared to him.
For sure. But they're so nice. I
so
love
nice.
seeing them.
She's hilarious.
We just saw them today at church. We've been going now to church for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks.
3, I think. We skipped
this
last
is the third
one.
week. Yeah. It's been beautiful, man. The church we go to is so sick. The music is so good. And, I got to talk to an old friend of mine who we might be recording with for the next project with the band. So that was exciting. We kind of talked that out. I haven't seen him in a long time, so we spent like a lot of time catching up, and you guys just sat there in an empty church while the baby ran around. But he just had a kid, too. Beautiful. Beautiful things. But, I thought we would talk about the wedding a lot longer. We broke it down pretty quick. Ta-da! We shot the wedding. Yeah. But I don't know. It definitely lit like an entire new fire for photography in me. 100%. Like I need to
let's do this.
Commit more time to photography.
Yeah, absolutely. We gotta advertise more, but like I've also been like, once we have both these weddings done, we gotta make packages.
That's kind of we were kind of waiting for have the photos from the weddings to go hard.
I love my husband. He's hardworking. He does a lot of things.
What?
When it comes down to like, let's make what are they called? Packages. Let's do this and that stuff. You'll
business stuff. Business stuff doesn't get me.
No, we have to do that because it's part of this.
I know,
but like that will be like.
And I have the answers. I know what we need to do. It's just like that
the furthest thing on your mind.
Oh, don't want to do it. I'm gonna procrastinate until it's time to do it, and then we'll do it, and then we'll get it done.
Yeah,
it's just how I do everything. If it's creative and fun, I'll get it done really quick.
Right.
And I've also with my solo music a little bit, I've noticed that it just doesn't I love it, but it doesn't give me that as much. So I think I'm going to dial back a little bit, maybe not do weekly, maybe not worry about content every single day, multiple times a day, because I don't want to dislike it. And the week coming up to knowing we were going on the wedding and shooting the wedding, I was kind of relieved knowing that I didn't have to worry about it.
Right.
I don't know if it has anything to do with I don't know. The music just doesn't excite me as much as it used to.
Right.
The metal shit does, but that also, I'm in it. You see me. You guys see me every week. Every week I'm talking about something fucking different that I'm focused on. I have multiple things that I do, and it rotates on which one I like the most at any given moment. But, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if...
The band photography.
That's all you care about?
I think that's what...
matters the most to me.
Should be your main focus.
The band and the photography?
Yeah.
And the podcast. But the podcast is easy. This shit is easy. I love it. I get frustrated, don't get me wrong. I was mad in this room trying to figure out the camera earlier.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a release. It's we get to just sit and chill.
Yeah, this doesn't need to be a focus because we know when we're going to do it.
Yeah, we know we're going to get it done
9
once a
times
week.
out of 10, it's on a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
We sit down. We know what we can change it up here and there, but it's not something that needs to be this is going to be the most organic. If this thing takes off or if it does, this will be the most organic thing because it was just simply we sat down, we recorded it, we put it out. We do somewhat.
We could.
You do
this skit.
Promote it somewhat.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting
to have a page
more.
But the photography needs to push. It has to be. We got to figure out how to make our packages. We got to put a lot of effort into it to continue making it grow. It's not just something that hey, we put it out there and some people like it. We have hopes and wants for it to become where we can leave our other jobs and do this full time.
Right.
Your band is something that you truly love. It's not just it's your passion. It's where you can get out all your musical wants and needs.
Yeah.
Your solo music stresses you out to the point that it stresses me out and it makes me not happy.
Right.
For you.
Yeah.
I see you getting so worked over and I'm
Yeah. It's, I don't know. I don't know what I'm just like losing the want, and honestly, like the style of music that I make for my solo stuff, I don't really listen to that much anymore.
Right.
I do here and there. I get excited about certain stuff.
Yeah. I think maybe
but
if
like
you
metal
want to do solo, why can't you do like something that's like you're kind of leave that alone because like you said, it's not really your genre of music.
Kind of been my thought,
and morph it into something that's
like a
not
band that sounds like a band, but it's a Brian Hefner project. That sounds like
I wouldn't say band, but yeah.
I've been thinking about going like, I don't know if you know what this means, but going like new metal with the solo stuff, and it sounds like a band, and I can integrate the hip hop into like a not so heavy metal thing, like a hard rock thing, where it's all singing,
like kind of like what Post Malone did with that one song that was with the guy from that one band. The
guy from that one band, guys.
Ozzy Osbourne.
She just referred to Ozzy Osbourne, the most legendary person ever in metal, to that guy in that band.
That one band.
Arguably started metal music.
Did he?
Yeah, they were the first metal band.
Go ahead.
Really. Sabbath, I guess. There's probably somebody before them, but they were the first people to ever drop tunings and a lot of distortion. I see you crumble in my arms.
I
like
love that song.
Yeah. But that's still that's still
no.
It's hip hop for sure.
But you just said with hip hop like drum.
The big breakdown part.
So it's exactly kind of what you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm, kind of, yes, for sure. A little crossover.
I knew it.
And it's like I'm seeing like I'm not gonna upset too many people by, you know what I'm saying? Like I have a small fan base, but I feel like a lot for the most part and I've noticed over these last couple of years. Like, your fan base are a lot of people that's like you. Yeah, a lot of people that support my music.
Like
they're not even honestly, they're not supporting my music. They're supporting me and what I do, and I've noticed that more than anything. Recently, like they just support. They're there because I'm there. They're following me because of me. They're not following me because they liked my song. We're either friends or we've crossed paths in some way, and they just like me as a person. I've noticed that a lot.
That like you for your songs.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have that, but for the most part, they're just like supportive of what I'm doing, which is
right.
It's pretty sick. Even if they don't like what I'm doing, like a lot of the band friends, they're not listening to my like Sean. We were with Sean today. He didn't even know I was dropping music,
right?
Because he doesn't follow that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he knows when counterculture drops,
right?
So it's like, I don't know. My friends base and my like support with music is split to like the dudes that I was in bands with and then the band stuff is even split too because I was in an indie band. So the indie kids are kind of like, holy shit, he's doing metal.
Right.
Like, this isn't my favorite thing, but I'm going to check it out because, yeah.
Brian, yeah.
But yeah, I would agree. I think I think focusing on photography more would probably benefit, and it'd be a little less stressful for me. Yeah. And it's honestly a lot easier to make content for photography.
Yeah, I would truly appreciate you putting in some of the effort that you put into the photography, because I so badly want it to work and I want to be able to leave my job and like go maybe do a part-time job somewhere else. Like I just want it for me mentally to like my mental health. Like my job is not where I'm happy at, and I'm happy when I do this. And I just want it to work. I want to push it towards this, and I want it to be something that we can do together. And I just want to be like a part-time waitress somewhere to be able to still support my family.
I think that this week has shown me that I got a little glimpse of what it's like to be a photographer.
Yeah.
To like actually be working a job at it.
Yeah. I
mean, we've done client shoots and stuff like that, but it was like this week was just we walked the venue, we shot a wedding, like. I'm not gonna lie, I got this like little like when someone was like my photographers, I was like, yeah, right. They're hey, here's our photographers. That's us.
That's me. Hi. My name's Tiffany. I'm a photographer.
I took this picture. The other night though, you were trying to chill and I was on like go mode, and I was like, you did this, bro. You're the one who wanted to get in photography. Now I'm obsessed.
For all the new shiny things. I want you to be obsessed about the stuff right there in the moment.
I am.
That stuff. I don't. We're different in that. I don't want to look at new shiny things until I can afford them.
And
because to me, there's no point, and I get irritated.
Right.
Not with you, but like I get,
no, I know.
I get irritated with the fact that now I want this thing and I can't have it.
I'm the opposite.
You will obsess over it until you get it.
Until I get it, yep. And then when I get it, I'm gonna want the next thing.
Yeah. So he'll try to show me something. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Yep. I've showed her a million lenses. I
don't want to see.
She's been begging me to make a Christmas list on Amazon, and I did so, but I
don't know who's buying anything on that Christmas list.
No. A lot of it is affordable stuff. A lot of it is stuff that it's not ridiculous to ask for Christmas. But there are 2 items in there that are lenses that are over $1,000, and I was like, those are just in there because I needed to put them somewhere to remember.
Yeah, I have a list that is stuff. It's not a Christmas list. I started an Amazon list with stuff. So when I have extra money, then I'm always like, what do I want for myself? Because I never buy myself anything, ever, I feel like. And I can never, and once people ask me, like, when it's my birthday, I'm like, I don't know. So I created a list for that, but I was also creating a list for things for me to buy. So there's a camera on mine and a couple things like that, but I'm definitely not expecting any purchases from anybody except for myself or you for that.
Right. So just like Mariah. Mariah made this huge list of stuff that's like totally
iPad on there.
Totally agreeable. Like the whole list. I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. Posters, albums, Pop Funkos, jewelry. That's not jewelry. It's like it's like jewelry that's affordable. And then you get to the bottom and it's an iPad that's $1,000 and a pair of headphones that's $500. I was like, yeah, that stuff, those couple things there, don't hope and pray on that one because
it ain't happening.
It ain't gonna happen unless.
No, and then she was like, "Oh, but Papa," and I'm like, "No."
The fact that you want to ask for something that is $1,000 from your grandfather, he will buy. That's not right though.
No,
it's not right to ask for.
He won't buy that because I will not allow him to buy that.
Okay,
I will make that a very strict. She does not deserve anything that costs $1,000. She doesn't.
She has
behave.
A phone that costs $1,000 right now.
No, it
that he bought her.
It did not cost $1,000.
$800.
I don't think of that.
Yes.
Anyways,
there's not an iPhone on the market that's under like $700.
They got some for $200.
No, they do not.
Yes,
brand
they
new
do.
in the box, like she got a brand new that year phone.
No,
she just didn't get the Pro. She just didn't get the big one. She got the like SE version. And that was during a time that she had her other phone taken away from her because she was being a pain in the butt. And he got that.
Anyway, so she doesn't need it. And the fact that she expects him to buy that. And I'm like, girl, within 2 years from now, you're going to be wanting a car.
Yeah, you better start saving your pennies.
My first car cost $2,000.
Right.
Like, who do you think you are to ask for a tablet that costs $1,000? Yeah. People stop spoiling your kids with these things, so my kid will stop asking me for these things because it's ridiculous.
Grandparents, stop spoiling our kids so she thinks like it's okay to ask
aunts,
for $1,000 iPad that she has an iPad and broke.
Yeah.
Let's not do it. Parenting.
Well,
parenting is so fun.
That was, she was on it a lot, and she's a kid.
The iPad. Yeah,
she didn't like recklessly break it.
No, she had it for a couple of years before it. She cracked the screen pretty quick.
That was on the other thing.
The Kindle thing, the blue thing.
I'll get her a Kindle. She want a Kindle?
Right. Get you the
they have ones
Android
for
version of the tablets. The tablets they use at work.
$100 one, yeah.
Right.
Come on, girl. I got you a Kindle.
Right. So, that's been on. That's what we've been doing. We've been photographying it up.
Yeah.
I've honestly thought about putting photography in the description of our podcast because we always talk about it so much.
Oh, we should.
But yeah, we've honestly never sat down and actually had the conversation that we just had, and I will do that. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll give more. You've said it, and you've been like, oh, we should, but it's never been like, I really wish you would put the effort you put into your stuff into this thing we're doing together. Loud and clear.
I love you.
I love you. I'll focus up.
Yeah.
I've been loving it anyway. I've been wanting to do it, and like I said, I feel like burnt out on the solo stuff, even though I did it for a month straight. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, the first week I was a mess. Yeah. And it wasn't good. Like, I just focus on the wrong things. I feel like I'm doing it for the wrong reasons. Yeah.
That's why it's so hard for me to even come up and say, hey, I need you to focus more on this because you have so much going on. Like,
yeah. At the end of the day, though, like, the things that make me so happy are this podcast, when we're out shooting photos, and the band. Yeah. I feel like the band is just, I'm so used to this when it comes to music for years that the band, I have to be patient and I have to but I also have to stay on top of it. Right. To keep it right.
Rather than, I mean, I still think you can be able to do your solo music.
I do too, and I think that
rather than putting the focus on that, like, you just want something in your hand that you're getting instant results for. So I think you can get that out of photography.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the podcast is, I love it.
That wasn't doing it for you though.
What, the podcast?
Like, when it was in between, like, because we were just starting photography in this, and you were doing your band. Yeah. When it came to you doing that and these two things, photography and the podcast, you were like still itching. I
was still itching for something
else. And I think like now within the photography, we've gotten to the point where like you wouldn't be itching for something because we need to take time to go out and do things. Like, we need to put stuff, like I've been saying, like, we need to put out like, hey, share, like, and comment and tag 3 people in this, and we'll give you a free shoot.
Just start to put the effort into growing the community for the photography. And honestly, it makes sense. It's like I've done music for a long time, and I've made money at music. Yes, I was paying bills with music at one point, and I would always kind of make it happen, but it's always little bits of money here and there. Right. Photography, within the first year, we made enough money to upgrade our equipment, and it was thousands of dollars. Right. I've always had to come out of pocket to put thousands of dollars into music. Right. You know what I mean? So it makes sense as a grown-up, and as somebody that's creative, that is a grown-up, that has a family, for me to take what I'm a creative, I'm an artist, put it into something that is the world, everybody, it's showing me like, hey, you should probably focus on this because this is what you've been saying for years. You don't want to work for somebody, you want to work for yourself. And your camera is literally giving you the opportunity. Yeah. Just focus on it.
And there's so many doors that it can open up behind it.
Yeah, it was funny. I was listening to a podcast the other day, a band podcast, and the singer of this band got in the band and met everybody that they started this big band with from being a photographer on the road. Wow. You just never know, like, when you're stacking your creative stuff, like, you never know what's going to take you.
The networking you're going to do and everything. Yeah.
I'd love to shoot like musicians, for sure, as far as in weddings.
I mean, look what Lisa was telling us. She goes, you can go and sign up and say, hey, I'll shoot this show. And you'll get like free tickets. You don't get paid usually, but you get like free tickets.
Yeah, I want to see. I forgot how to ask. I forgot we talked about that, and I want to ask about it because there's so many shows that I want to go to, and I was like, dude, I'll just bring my camera and like watch the band, but also
I think you have to sign up for it
to be like media.
Yeah,
I gotta ask her.
Like, they like approve you or so.
Let's all 3 of us go together. Me, Chris, and Lisa. All 4 of us. Okay, wait. All bring our cameras, bro, and we're all media watching the favorite bands. Woo! I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm probably going to end up going to Horror Nights. I know we talked about this toward the end, but there are 2 shows that are coming up of bands that I really want to see, and I could go to both of them, and it'll still not be as expensive as Horror Nights one night. I could be in the pit, bro, just throwing them fucking elbows. Look out. Yeah. Because I'm not, like, the show we went to was fun, and it was sick, but I wish, now that you guys have seen a heavy band live, I want you to go to an actual heavy show. Yeah.
I honestly, I mean, it was good. It was fun. I'm glad that
it rained a lot.
That didn't bother me at all.
No, still had fun.
I didn't think the music was great in the beginning for the band that you wanted to see. Yeah. Okay. You couldn't hear them the way you wanted to. My favorite part of concerts is like this
We were really far away. We're in the lawn.
Yeah, but this like.
You feel it. You're supposed to feel
everybody you're like vibing with. Like everybody there is there for the same people that you're there for. It's like this great like.
You can see it in general admission in the pit area and like the
where
everybody's standing. No, you know that know that that's where you want to be.
Right. But I've seen concerts where it's in the lawn as well, and this didn't give that at all. At all.
Yeah, I felt bad. Like Spirit Box is so good, and like they just I don't know what they do throughout the night, but each band gets louder and like bigger sounding. So the first band they kind of keep at like a they played like 7 songs, which is fine.
But they did great for what they did.
Even from watching them, I was watching them on the Jumbotron basically. They're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah.
And let's get back to it again.
I like the whole like being close.
No, yeah, so that's why I want to. We might go see Wage War, and I've purposely been listening to them a lot in the car. So if you subconsciously hear it at a concert, you might be like, "Oh, Manic, love this song, love the singing parts, bro." I want to see them so bad.
Yeah, I mean, but like you can do those things on your own.
Yeah,
I know.
Like,
I know. Fine, because like I don't.
Brittany wants to go.
Once again, I don't mind going. Yes, but like
when it comes, if
between
it's like
Halloween Horror Nights, that's over like $160.
Yeah,
the last night's probably gonna be closer to $200.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
Honestly, I might buy my like as soon as I can buy that late ticket. So it's like because it's gonna be cheaper.
Yeah,
the sooner I buy it.
And then then each show's like roughly $50. So you're looking at like $400.
Right.
To spend out soon.
And it's only that high because you're going to Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been more and more. I'm like, bro, I could go to both those shows and buy a shirt at both those shows.
It'd be like $100.
And it'll be way cheaper than going to Horror Nights for one night. And I'll have, I don't know. But Kyle and Lex are probably going to go to these shows with me. So it's like it's something that I can still do with my family.
Right.
But Brittany said she was down. She likes Wage War.
Yeah.
I kind of like wanted to tell Mariah to like, hey, check this couple bands out and tell me what you think. And then if she comes, because she listens to I Prevail or something like that, and they're a heavier band.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
And I'm just like, all right.
I'll go. You go with the flow.
I'll get my Dr. Pepper and chill out with
you.
y'all.
Wouldn't have gone to the concert if it wasn't for my birthday.
No.
Technically.
I mean, I enjoyed the concert.
Yeah, we had so much fun, dude.
I didn't like that I didn't know a lot of the songs.
Yeah. We surprisingly knew a lot of Shinedown songs.
I didn't.
I knew some of them.
I knew one. I was like, what?
But yeah, the band that I was there to see.
But I know a lot of their songs. So that's why I was very disappointed in their songs.
We left when we were leaving as they were playing like one of their biggest songs. Yeah. The songs that we would have known the most were about to be played, but we wanted to leave early so we could beat traffic.
Yeah, I will honestly, great. I had fun.
So much fun.
My least favorite concert I've ever been to.
Yeah, probably up there. But it was a present. It was amazing. I had so much fun. The weekend was the best. We went to Busch Gardens. I appreciate everything. Yeah. And I got a sick. I went there and looked at the merch tables like for fucking ever, and I was like, why are they charging so much for shirts, even for Spirit Box shirts? And then the guy and the I'm sorry, Spirit Box. I'm sorry, Papa Roach. I'm in a band. I know how much merch means to people. I bought the cheap $20 t-shirt from the guy in the parking lot. Okay? It has the dates on it.
Yeah.
Amazing weekend.
Yeah.
I wore that shirt immediately.
I just realized why I think that was like my least favorite concert, because I felt so bad Colton was sitting there and like like
Colton, he was not vibing.
He was what is this? Yeah. It wasn't his favorite, so I felt bad for that. And then I don't know, me. I'm a woo girl.
You are.
Okay.
And her only time to go woo was when Papa Roach came on.
Like, I want my hands
song.
in the air. Woo! It's great.
We talked about the concert already in last episode too, a lot. I
Did
just
we?
realized that. Yeah. So 2 episodes of talking about
I didn't talk about how I'm a woo girl and I wasn't able to woo.
Can't woo, bro.
You know? I like to sway, you know? I like to like groove. Even if I would never do a mosh pit. I'm not saying I'm that badass. But if I was into that type of music, I would definitely be the girl in the mash pit. Like, bitch, move. This is my shit.
You could always just chill on the outside and go, woo! They'll probably appreciate you. You might get hit, but they'll be like, I'm sorry.
If they're sorry, because I might be like, well, just hit me. I'm not in there.
All right, so y'all, if you get an announcement soon that I'm taking a break from music and focusing on photography, welcome to following Brian Hefner. He's fucking can't figure out what he wants to focus on, but at the same time does all this stuff. I don't know. The photography thing has been sick. It definitely has the wedding lit a fire under me, and I like it, and I want to shoot photos of everything. I love my Sony. Yeah. I'm a little bitch for it, and I will get new lenses soon because I've put my mind to it now. Yes,
but remember what I said.
You want to get a body before we get lenses?
You have to help me purchase my body before you get your lens, because
we need to start soon. Then
helped you purchase that. Technically, it's supposed to be our camera. I don't shoot it. It's not. It's not our camera.
It can be.
It's not.
You just don't like to toss the camera back and forth.
I don't mind tossing the camera back and forth, but I know the moment I hand you that Canon, you're not shooting with it.
I'd shoot. Nah. Not as much.
What's the point then? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm going to get
get another. We're going to focus on getting another body. Maybe we should make this bigger and start a Patreon. Then it could buy our fake camera equipment.
But we just got to photography.
Honestly, personally, honestly though, I feel like the moment that I was like, I want this lens, I thought about it and was like, all right, so all I got to do is find 10 homies that are willing to pay me $100 a shoot.
Yeah.
Bang them out. Don't spend that money on anything but my lens. But I guess your new body before we get a lens.
My body.
So I need to hurry up and get you a Sony. What song is that? So, okay, well, before we close it out, have you gotten closer to what you think you're going to go for brand-wise with camera?
No.
Nowhere closer?
I, once again, Sony. Don't have the money for it, so
you're not
really
thinking about it?
Looking at it, yeah.
I'm thinking about it for you. I'm like, is she going to get a Fuji? Is she going to get a Sony? I think you should get a Sony.
I'll just get the Sony. That way we're working out the
same
thing.
You could literally get the same exact camera as me.
I'm going to get the one up.
We could have two. You want the Sony A7S?
I want the thing that flips out. This little...
Oh, that's the 4.
Yeah. You'll be jelly of me.
Phone. Yeah, we'll decide. Yeah. I think that you should go Sony. I hope you go the better camera.
Yeah.
So I can take it and you can have the 3. Just kidding.
This one's mine.
No. Well, if you get a brand new camera that's better than mine, and then I go get a lens.
Right.
You know after the lens what I'm going to be trying to do.
Then get me another lens.
Another body.
No, then you're going to get
Then I'm
going to
have to buy you. Then we're going to have to save up for you to have a second lens before I can get a body.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And then from that point on, you can use your old body to get a new lens. The only camera I'm holding on to is the Canon.
I'm lenses right now. Yeah. I'm not worried about a body. Sony.
You only need one lens. One good lens.
Yeah. To do what we're doing, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get a couple. Eventually. I think right now I'm looking at a 24-75.
Perfect.
Tamara or Sigma 24-75.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Heavy as all hell, but I don't care. And I'm obsessed with it, so it's going to happen. When I got obsessed about starting a podcast, guess what? Podcast equipment just started showing up every other week until we could start it. So here we are. We're going to do it.
Yep.
Yeah. And as far as the music thing, I don't know. I'm going to think about where I want to go with it. I don't think that it'll be when I start to release again. As a solo project, I don't think it'll be the same.
I think it's
going to change.
I think it should be dealt with the way this is dealt with. The podcast is dealt with.
What do you mean?
Don't put that pressure on it.
Yeah, don't pressure myself so much.
Let it be super organic. Yeah. Every once in a while, put in some extra work. Put it out there. Right. But you go too hard on yourself for your solo music. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, you kill your own passion every single time.
Yeah, 100%. I overdo it. I burn myself out. And I feel like I try and light the fire because I just want to, like, have something to do. Mm-hmm. But
you burn it out within a week. But at this end,
I get burnt out in a week. I don't like it as much as I like, I can't find inspiration to write the music as much as I can find inspiration to write metal because I'm literally listening to the music I like.
Yeah, but I think it's not only that. It's the fact that it's solo. It's you. Everything is you. Everything is you. Everything is you. And
it's hard to not have an outside ear.
No matter what music that you're going to do on your solo, you're going to have that same problem if you put too much on it.
Yeah, there's nobody else in it that is excited about it. It's just I feel like I'm just completely alone.
But see, that's the problem. You're not, and that's not true. And I'm excited for it every single time you do it. But you put this whole like dome over yourself, and you're just in it by yourself, and you're just not.
Yeah.
It's not coming the way it's. I'm like, you just posted it 2 minutes ago, and it's just like, you just go so hard on yourself. It's not even that you don't. It's just the way you treat yourself about it.
Yeah. It's the only thing that I like beat myself up. This stuff I don't beat myself up about it. This goes up, and it gets a couple hundred views on Insta. Literally posted. It's kind of funny. Today I posted a clip because we hadn't posted a clip in like a week. So I posted one this morning and it did like 800 views on TikTok right away. And it did 3 views on Instagram. And I didn't care. I was like, fucking Instagram, dude.
Right.
What the fuck is this app? I'm getting rid of it. Like, I'm just going to go TikTok. Fuck this. Right. But like, and then I went about my day. If it was my music that did that, it would shatter me for hours.
Yeah.
Days, probably. I don't know. I love it a lot, but I don't know. Getting older. It feels like, I don't know. I want to do something different with it if I'm going to do solo. But the band, honestly, we're getting close to the end of the record. I like owe it to my bandmates to focus on that.
Yeah.
Because it's not like my solo stuff. It's not just me.
Right.
So I'm like, I owe it to Chris. I owe it to Louis to focus up. Let's get it done. And then with that, when it comes to releasing, I have a team. I have bandmates. I'm not alone.
Right.
All 3 of us want it to work.
Yeah.
Even if it is just like an internet band that we're bringing in some income, we're building a community and we play shows here and there.
Right.
Happy with it. That's what Mood Ring's doing. Mood Ring... Hunter can't tour. They're not touring. They're an internet band. They're so good.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm not putting the pressure on it being the only thing that's working in my life. Like, it's my passion.
Right.
I could be passionate about it. Photography. I can be creative, but I also could be a businessman. And at the end of the day, you're doing that too. So it's always gonna stay like. It's easier to stay focused when there's 2 of us. You know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling like in a rut.
Yeah.
You're still doing it too.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing though, I love you guys. Even though this is such a small community right now, seeing us. Like, I literally love podcasting.
Yeah.
So, and I love my band. And I do love my solo stuff, but I don't know. I don't like how my solo stuff makes me feel.
Yeah.
But it's also like a big thing
a chain
too.
That you have to break on your own.
Yeah.
Because it's you.
A big thing too is like I think about it so much that I feel like it's taking away from my family. I feel like it takes away from my children a little bit. If I'm thinking so much, I'm not thinking about her.
Right. I think so.
And I always feel happier when I'm with my babies, hanging out.
Yeah, I do know that when it's your music and like your phone goes off or it's this and that, we could be in a conversation or Everly could be doing something or Mariah, you are so quick to...
Yeah, just like clock out and be focused on
which
whatever.
Is fine.
Yeah.
But like, there's times for it. And like you just get, and it's not, I don't even think, I mean, I know you don't do it on purpose.
No. I give that baby my attention. Both of our babies, the most attention is they deserve.
Yeah, you do.
But I feel it in me. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta.
I'm just saying the times that there's when you're really down and out on yourself.
That definitely my mood.
Your mood
is
and
affecting
then, like,
your family.
You won't let it go. You'll be back on your phone the whole entire time, focusing on like how to fix it. And it's just like,
right. I always talk about like mental health stuff and how I have like an issue with it. And I'm gonna tell you that the only time that the most of the time when I'm feeling depressed or sad is when I'm focusing on solo music.
Right.
So maybe there's your hint. There's your hint, Brian. Maybe you should focus on what you love, what you really love.
Right. That's not tearing you down.
Right. And I don't know. That's probably where I'm at, dudes and girls. I know I was on here like literally 4 episodes ago, lit up about the solo. Like I'm gonna buy a mansion with this music and this and that. But it's like maybe I don't need a mansion. Maybe I need to focus on what I have right here, right now. And
if this
the
is
only
where
thing
our
that's been
life is
paying
forever, where we are
I'm
financially
100%
in
happy.
life, I'm
100%. I'm telling you, this week that I've taken off from worrying about posting content and all this stuff, I've been happy all week.
Yeah.
It's super positive, happy, having fun.
Yeah. In church today, I was just like, when he was like saying, you know, you get fooled by, hey, the nice car, the this, the that, making everything right. And you're looking around and you're like,
dude, I have it all.
I have everything. And I'm not even like aware of how much I have and how much I should be grateful of because I'm worried about buying a bigger house.
Right.
Having this, doing that, wanting this type of car, wanting to be able to take my kids here and there. I'm like, well, right here, right now, spending time with them is
beautiful.
Amazing.
It's like we could be right where we're at for the rest of our lives and I'll be so happy.
Yeah.
Because at least we know we have a house, we have a roof over our heads. We have a vehicle to go to A and B. We're working. We can afford things. If something happens, sometimes we might need a little help or whatever. But right now, I don't know. And there's no reason, like, it's just something that I don't know. I did it. I've done solo music and done this thing for so long that it's just ingrained in me to, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But here I am again. I've done this so many times where I've been like, I think I'm done for a while. Maybe I just got to stop thinking about it so hard. Do it when I feel it.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not going to focus on it that much
no pressure behind it. That's the part. No pressure behind it.
Yeah. I think I'm going to switch it up for sure. Like, I've thought about multiple things. Like I said, I've thought about like the new metal type vibe. I've also thought about just doing like an acoustic thing.
That'd be cool.
Just
I've always wanted
singing.
like an emo-ish song sang about me.
Well, tonight will be the night that I will poo with you. We got an extra toilet.
Why'd you have to go there?
I hope you can't smell mine. All right, guys, listen.
I love you.
I love you. This new setup, let us know how it looks. I think it looks sick. I think I look extra slim in this angle.
I feel awesome. Like I look bigger, but I like it. Yeah.
No, you're beautiful.
You look skinnier than me right now.
I'm wearing black. You look beautiful. I need people to like see your face. They were seeing the side of your head before. And I know that if you can see yourself like you're doing right now in a mirror, that you will like get done up and like enjoy it a little bit more when you're looking at your beautiful ass face. And you're like, you know what? I am a baddie, aren't I? And I'm like, yeah, duh. Why do you think I married you? You're beautiful and intelligent. All right, guys, listen. If you're on the YouTube, thanks for watching. Thank you guys for being patient over the week that we didn't post. To everybody that's upset, sorry, dude. But that week, us taking that week off is going to keep us in a less stressful schedule on the pod.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about events in the world, so we're not like, it's not weird putting this out 2 weeks out, you know? So yeah, if you're on the YouTube, like, comment, subscribe.
Did you guys put tinfoil over your phones?
Oh my! All right, it's been a lot. It's been a long pod, but we literally flew home, and multiple people were telling us that the world was gonna fucking explode, and my phone was gonna give us a weird sound that was gonna explode.
Turn us into zombies.
Yeah, it's gonna turn us into zombies and explode my brain cells. Didn't happen. I love you, Chris. I'm so. Look, I don't care that you rescheduled our band's recording session so you could be with your wife. I think that's the cutest thing in the world.
That is super sweet.
But everybody else on the internet talking about this shit.
I mean,
shut up.
I totally get preparing you're hearing stuff because okay, let's all be real. There are things that our government has done and hid from us, and there's definitely some reasons. I mean, what am I trying to go with? I understand why some people were freaking out about it, I guess, somewhat. But
yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Putting aluminum foil over your head and wrapping your phone and
TikTok
turning
was
it
very
off,
interesting.
and like I was dying.
I thought it was
TikTok
so funny how it was like a big thing up until the hour that it happened, and then all of a sudden it was like nobody's talking. You know the person I'm talking about.
Because they turned their phones off.
No.
Yeah, everybody's turning their phones off for 2 hours.
But then they came back and they're posting normally.
Oh, and there's nothing else.
And I was like, oh, you're not gonna bring up how nothing fucking happened?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I love you, Chris. I'm not talking about you. There's this really annoying person that I follow on multiple social medias, and I don't know why I don't unfollow them, but I'm just like see it, and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta fucking see this now.
You also, I feel like, don't like that person.
I know. I don't know why I follow them, to be honest, but
it is what it is.
They follow me, and I kind of am that type of person that feels bad. Like, you follow me, you support me, I'll support you, even though I don't like anything you do.
For sure.
And this is none of my friends. My friends, I love y'all. This is a person that I literally don't know, and I've only met in real life once. But yeah, we all have that person they follow. But yeah, fucking YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to this in the audio, please leave a review. We're a week ahead, baby. Forever and Then Some, episode 22. We got them deuces on them.
I'm feeling 22.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. We love you so much.
You, Lex.
Next week, we'll talk more about how I'm going to get back into my solo music because I'll miss it by then. And I'll throw my camera in the trash can. Love you.
No.